How will a raise in the minimum wage affect us? To determine how a change in minimum wage will affect us as a nation, we should look at who is earning minimum wage. After all, some of the people most affected by a change in minimum wage will be minimum wage earners. Minimum wage earners are predominantly young and unmarried. About half of all workers who earn at or below the minimum wage are less than 25 years old, and the largest portion of those are between 16 and 19 years old. If we look at the industries employing minimum wage earners, we see that the leading industry is leisure and hospitality. This industry employs about 19% of minimum or less workers, mainly in restaurants and other food services. Many of these workers supplement their hourly wages with tips and commissions, making their final compensation much higher than the minimum wage. Therefore, most minimum wage earners are not breadwinners struggling to make a living wage, but young workers trying to build up job experience and earn supplemental income. Next, what will happen to young and unskilled workers if the minimum wage is raised? Those who are already employed and don't lose their job will get a raise. That will be great. However, faced with increased costs, some companies will choose to fire workers. It simply won't make sense for companies to keep workers that no longer generate revenue that exceed their costs. Additionally, while most companies probably won't fire existing workers, they will certainly be more hesitant to hire new ones. This will be devastating to those who want to work but are unemployed. Low-skilled and inexperienced workers will have less opportunity to get entry-level positions. This means it will be harder for them to make money they want or need, harder to build up a resume, and harder to build up a network for employment references, etc. This will be particularly hard on minorities, since employers already view anyone that differs from the norm to be a high risk for hiring. Next, what will happen to the economy in general? While higher wages for low-wage earners are likely to increase spending in the short run, driving up aggregate demand, actual production will not be able to change dramatically. The increase of money's velocity with a corresponding increase in total production is tied to the growth of inflation. This is likely to begin quickly in the very industries that employ minimum wage earners, since many will need to raise their prices to afford the wage increase. While proponents of minimum wage increase generally have a good intention, an increase in minimum wage will ultimately not be an effective way to help the poor or boost the economy.